Hello, okay, next tutorial. This time I'm meant to be dressed up as Kimchi from the newest series of RuPaul's Drag Race. Now I super apologise, but I've not seen the current season of RuPaul's Drag Race that has Kimchi in it because in England we're a little bit behind on RuPaul's Drag Race as far as I'm aware. But yeah, I mean I'm caught up until that season, but yeah. As far as I'm aware, this isn't obviously Kimchi's like signature look. I think this is just one of the looks that's been seen on the show. It was the one that caught my attention anyway. I just thought it was stunning. So I did my very best to recreate it. So yeah, if you'd like to learn how to recreate this black and white glamorousness, stay tuned. So to get things rolling, I'm going to be blocking out my eyebrows, so I'll pop a link on the screen right here, as I always do, to teach you guys how to block your eyebrows out, just so I don't have to recap it in this video. So let's go block out my eyebrows. Then I can take a line white watercolour by Superstar, and I'm going to apply that all over my face, my neck, and over my blocked eyebrows. Then I can work on the eyes. So I'm going to use another watercolour by Superstar. This one is Line Black, and I'm going to use that to paint over my eyelids and a really large, like super large flick. So think Trixie Mattel. So I'm going to go over my natural eyelids a little bit higher, round it off, and then flick it right out. That's because I'm going to be making a new socket line pretty much where my natural eyebrows are. I do like the more subtle looks. But yeah, you can see the idea I've gone for, so I've got a really strong flick, which will be made quite a bit thicker when I go underneath the eye, which will be the next step. But yeah, so you can see a round shape just touching my natural eyebrow that I've covered, and then a strong flick. Then I'm just going to do that on this eye. So there we are. Then I'm going to take the black watercolour again, and I'm going to draw on a line that goes from the eyeliner all the way to the centre, but then it's going to dip down and become kind of the new socket line. So it's going to be about a centimetre gap between the eyeliner and the socket line. So then, the fun part, the super fun part, is onto the eyebrows. So they're very like Tim Burton's Corpse Bride or Hedwig and the Angry Inch. They're very like sad expressioned and then tapered down. So they're still quite angled and still quite draggish, obviously. But there's going to be a good inch or two between the socket line and the eyebrows, just to leave enough room for a few expression lines I'll be painting in afterwards. Then I'm going to move on to the under eye. So I'm going to take the black watercolour again, and I'm going to do a line underneath my eye, starting where my eyeliner is, and I'm going to go along almost the full length of my eye, but I'm going to stop maybe just before my tear duct. It's going to be about a centimetre away from my eye, just to make the eyes look a lot more bigger and cartoony, and that line is going to be the same as this line here, just reversed, so it's going to be thicker and then get thinner until it tapers off into a point. Then the pop art element starts coming in. So I'm going to take the black watercolour again. I'm going to start drawing on like the shadows. So I'm going to draw a really large black border around my eyebrow, and it's going to go around my cheek and form a really sharp like contour. But the whole point of this look is there's no blending at all. So I'm just going to do that now on one side of my face, and it'll also, once it goes round, become a new jawline as well. But I'll get onto that once I've drawn the main shape. Okie dokie. Then I've got the other side, which is considerably less darker, so it'll start at the hairline but go quite far away from the eyebrow, not as close as this one, and it's going to go around and form another cheek contour, but I think this side's going to be a bit smaller. Okie dokie, so I've made this side considerably smaller than this side. It's meant to be, but I'm making it a little tiny bit smaller just so it looks like it's more on purpose. I don't want it to look like I've made it unsymmetrical by mistake, if that makes sense. So then, taking the black again, I can extend the line underneath this cheek contour, going along my jaw, but I'm also going to go a little bit on my chin as well, because it looks like what they've done here is they've made their face look more oval by shading in the sides of their face. So I'm not going to go on my neck, I'm just going to draw a line around my chin. Also, I just noticed, I'm not finished doing my jaw yet, but I've just realised one of his ears is painted black as well. I think it's this side. Yeah. Huh, never noticed, that's really cool. So I guess I'll be painting this ear black as well. Yeah. Then I'm going to draw another shadow, which is going to be this side of the nose. So it's basically a half triangle going right down the centre of the nose, coming out. We're not going further down than your nostrils, and it's going to be a point just about here. So that's going to act as like the sun shining on this side of the face, so very pop arty. So I'm going to colour that in with the black. Then, taking the black watercolour again, I'm going to draw on 2 tear shapes just in the centre underneath each eye. Then going to be like tiny 1cm teardrops, and then I can just colour them in. There is also, I should point out, a shadow going slightly over this eyebrow on this side, but I'm not going to do that just because it's not particularly noticeable, plus the wig's going to be covering it, and I kind of want the eyebrows to stand out a little bit more, so I'm going to miss that if that's okay. So then I'm going to do the lips, which are these fabulously massive black pop arty lips, which have got 2 really beautiful white globs of like white on them, just like the highlight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the black watercolour and I'm going to start tracing on the rough shape that I want for these lips. Ignore the highlight for the moment, I'm going to add that in afterwards. Then, when I've got the rough shape, I'm just going to colour that in with more black watercolour. I would usually use a lipstick, but I don't want there to be much shine on this, because as I said, I'm going to be doing 2 circles of white after I've done the lips, and they're going to act as like the giant cartoony reflection. So any real shine on the lips might detract from that. Okie dokie, so super massive lips. Yay! So then I can take the white watercolour again, and I'm going to do 2 massive blobs of colour, just like ovals, on this side of my face. So the side that's got less black, and it's going to be on the edge of this side of the lip, and it's going to be more towards the middle on this side of the lip. There we are. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm going to do 1 small triangle on this side of the nose as well, just on the nostril. So I just make it maybe a tiny bit higher than your nostril, but obviously the same width. But it's going to be, again, half a triangle, kind of completing this side, but a lot smaller. Then on this side, just in between the brow and the fake eye socket line, there is a slight wrinkle that I'm going to draw on here, which is just going to accentuate the sad line. So it's kind of like an upside down Nike tick. Then onto the lip shadow, which is on this side, which is basically just a backwards C at this part of the mouth, but it has a tiny little wing that flicks off in this direction. You'll see as I go, so I'm just going to quickly time lapse through this, and I'm going to draw this on with the black watercolour. Then onto probably the most fabulous part of this look, the eyelashes. So I'm going to be using Eldora lashes on the top and bottom set of my lashes, and I'm using C188 lashes, if you can see that. They're so really nice big flicky outy lashes for the underside of my eye, which is going to be applied along the inside of this black line here. And on the top set of lashes, I'm going to be using these massive beautiful lashes, which are H139s. Check these out. Fantastic. So I'm just going to go and apply them quickly with some black duo glue. So there we are. I also went on the top set of my lashes with a black NYX Skinny Mascara, and on the bottom set of my lashes, like my natural lashes, I went over them with a white Stargazer Mascara just to hide my natural lashes. So then all I think that's left to do, as always, is pop in my contact lenses, my costume, my headdress, and I think I'm done. And there we go. That's my look officially complete. So I finished the look off by popping on this absolutely stunning costume, which hopefully you'll be able to see better in the photos. But this costume is from buycostumes.com. It's actually the Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz costume. It's so pretty. I love it. I've been dying to find an excuse to use this. I know it's not the exact costume that was used in Drag Race, but it's super similar, and I really wanted to wear it, so yeah. I also popped in 2 black contact lenses, which I got from camoeyes.com. I'll pop that link in the description bar below. They're just completely black lenses, just to go in with the whole like black and white theme. I also popped on this black bob wig, which I've just cut the fringe super short and just made it as flat as possible to my head. And of course I probably should point out this thing that's on my head. I tried to replicate the headpiece that was worn in the show like as best I could. I hope this is okay. I only made it this morning, so I hope I did it justice. I don't know, it was super fun to make it though. It's really pretty, like a weird moon thing. If it was more socially acceptable, I would wear this out, I think. But yeah, so that's my kimchi makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing this makeup. I love doing RuPaul's Drag Race, girls. It's so much fun. But yeah, I hope I did kimchi justice for you guys. If you like it, please make sure to, you know, the usual, rate, comment and subscribe. And if you could share this video as well, that would so help me out. You have no idea. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next video. Bye guys!